Okay, and welcome to the lecture about picture framing tool. So because this entire section is all about the visual flair and making our book visually more pleasing, we are gonna learn about how to add different picture frames. And by the way, in this lecture, I'm gonna teach you as well how to make your picture frame any form you want. We will of course learn about more irregular forms in the future lecture, but here I'm just gonna give you a taste and basis of whatever frame that you want. So first things first, you need to understand what picture frame is. So as you remember from the previous lectures, as you remember from the previous section, it's something like the text frame but for the images. So when the text frame tool allows you to create a frame where you can write any text that you want. You can reshape it, change its size, etc, etc, and it looks just simply easy and simply cool because it's extremely simple to pull off. With the picture frame tool, it's very similar. You are just drawing the shape where you will put the picture inside it. In this case, in a toolbar, we have two different tools. It's actually a picture frame rectangle tool and it's a picture frame ellipse tool. There could have been a single tool as well, like the same thing with the polygon tool, but they decided to give it a separate thing. So they are actually working exactly the same way, but I'm gonna explain you exactly how they work. Now, in order to select it, just select the rectangle. Let's start with the rectangle and draw it on a place whatever you want. Just draw it just like that. I will move it with the move tool just like that to make it exactly the same size as our table. By the way, I moved the table just a bit to have a space right here. I didn't put it inside the text because we are gonna learn about how to put the picture frames inside of the text just in the future lecture, so stay tuned for that. And here we have a picture frame, and what it does basically, this will allow you to have any picture you put inside this frame framed within this frame. So let me just show you. You can load the picture from your computer from the replace image right here if you want, or from the place image tool. If you press this one, it will unlock the Explorer in the Windows Explorer or whatever for Mac is. I'm sorry, I'm not a Mac user. It will open everything in your computer, allow you to put it right here. But in this case, we are just gonna use the stock photos. Let's search for the book. I automatically select this to search for the book, and all I need to do is select this book, drag and drop it right here. As you can see, when I drop it right here, the frame transforms into purple, like blinks into purple. That means that this picture will be framed inside this picture frame. I will just let it go, and it will load within this frame exactly how it is. It's actually, this picture is bigger than the frame, a bit bigger in this case. It's not way larger, but it's still there. I can actually change the size of the picture as well. If I want, I can just zoom in, zoom out. There is actually a slider. I can zoom out or zoom in, or however I want, and it will be inside this picture frame. I'm just moving a picture frame, but you can move the picture inside of the picture frame as well if you want a different framing. I know I use the word frame a bunch of times, but yeah, this is what the name of the tool is. You can actually move it however you want. You can actually change its size, change the properties, etc, etc. But this, you are not actually only restricted with the rectangle tool in this case. Let me just jump a bit ahead and help you with that, because you can actually place anything in any shape. You can transform anything into a text frame, and you can transform any shape into the picture frame. Let me explain to you. I will delete this picture frame entirely, and what I will do is I will draw any tool that I want. Let's draw a donut tool. I'm gonna choose the donut tool there, and I'm gonna draw the perfect donut just right here, the perfect shape donut. So the actual shape is this right here. This should be empty, and anything outside should be empty. And if I right click this, I can click either convert to picture frame or convert to text frame, meaning that I can use this shape as an actual text frame as well, not just a picture frame. Let me just show you what I mean by the text frame. I will convert it to text frame, and what I can do is just insert a filler text. It's not very good because, yeah, the shape is not that good and the size of the font is not that good, but it actually looks pretty fine. You can actually work with that. Let me just decrease the font size or something like that. Oh, it does not look that great inside of this form, but that just proves that you can actually do this. And what I will do in this case, like, I will just Control Z with this one because I don't want this, and I will do this again because the text frame, I cannot transform the text frame into the picture frame, but I can transform donut into the picture frame just like that. And if I drag and drop my book right there, look how it will look Like, you can do whatever shape that you want, whatever configuration of the shapes that you want, and it will not be a problem. You can put whatever you want in whatever shape you want if you transform it to the frame tool. What it actually does for you to understand is that when you draw this, it clips the picture to the shape. Remember when we talked about the layers, where you can take the layer and just put it under it? You see, if I put just under it, it just covers it entirely. But if I put the frame within it, within the frame, just like that, it just binds it to the frame. If you remember this, then this is exactly what it is. So in this case, because we didn't do a particularly good job, it just transformed it to the clipped image. We just lost a bit of abilities. But if you use the picture frame, you can actually move your picture inside it just like that. This is what the difference is. So it will allow you to give a bit more tools. That's as simple as that. You don't need a lot about the picture and picture frame too. Again, or the context menu will help you to understand with a lot of things. You can actually change some properties. For example, if you want to stretch the fit, the picture, if you want to do scale for the minimum, scale for the maximum, for the largest dimensions, anything, you can change the fill, you can change the stroke if you wish to do so. And it's already a picture inside it. You don't need this. In this case, you can again change the stroke if you wish to do so. In this case, we actually don't need to have any stroke. We're just gonna ignore the stroke for that matter. You can actually change the whole radius if you want in percentages. You can increase, decrease the size. By the way, you can do the same with I will select the node tool, and you can actually change the sizes. You can even use shapes like that if you want to do so, something like that. We of course gonna learn about this in the future lectures. You can actually change the start angle and the finish angle. Again, it's like, this will give you 360 degrees. Let me just get to the end. And otherwise, and then the angle, it actually allows you to change the shape of the donut itself, and etc, etc. You all need to do, just play it around. That's all that you need to play it around to get the shape that you wish to have. Again, for the regular frame, let me just delete this. For the regular frame, just go with a rectangle, or if you want an ellipse. Again, if you want to have it the perfect shape, just press shift and it will just have it a perfect circle, and take the picture and put it inside. Wait it to load. As simple as that. Very simple thing to do. So in the next lecture, we're actually going to learn how you can actually put the picture inside the text and not have it something like that. Not to cover the text itself, like to make the text wrap around it. So let's see you in the next lecture.